Right now at 6, the world prepares to say goodbye to Pope Francis, and a former lacrosse bishop could be in line to replace him.
And a Fort McCoy commander suspended after allegedly failing to display photos of President Trump and cabinet members.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Today, mourners gathered in Vatican City to honor Pope Francis, remembering him as a pontiff who tried to hold the entire world together. A live look at St. Peter's Square right now. The Vatican says the Pope's coffin will be moved from his papal residence to St. Peter's Basilica Wednesday at 2 p.m.
Cardinals conducting the rite of confirmation of death over Pope Francis this morning. The Pope will be buried at Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica. He will be the first pontiff buried outside Vatican City in over 120 years. Pope Francis requesting a simple wooden coffin and to be buried in the ground.
To the cry of the poor and the cry of the earth. And that was what he meant by go make a mess, make people pay attention, make people get out into the streets, make people care.
And the Pope's coffin will be taken by processional to St. Peter's Basilica tomorrow, where it will lie in state until Saturday's funeral.
After the Pope's burial, the focus will turn to picking the next Pope.
And Wisconsin could play a big role in that. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live in studio to explain. Grace.
Cardinal Raymond Burke from Richland Center is reportedly a contender to become the next Pope, but some say his conservative views make him a long shot. Cardinal Burke was born in Richland Center, Wisconsin. He served as bishop of the Diocese of La Crosse from 1995 to 2004. During that time, he founded the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe, located on La Crosse's south side.
He's done a lot for La Crosse with the cathedral and the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you know, a lot of people do respect him a lot.
Over 100 cardinals are eligible to become the next Pope. Cardinal Burke is one of the few not appointed by Pope Francis.
Cardinal Burke was portrayed as sort of the antagonist to Pope Francis. So is it possible? Anyone can be anyone with enough votes can be named the Pope. I wouldn't think so.
If appointed, Cardinal Burke would be the first American Pope and the first from Wisconsin.
It would be amazing to have, somebody from La Crosse, God's country, that would be the Pope.
But religious experts say that's one thing that could keep him from getting the job.
Within the worldwide church, a suspicion of Americans. Cardinal Burke he has his big supporters, and I think he'll be an influential person behind the scenes.
The Cardinals are expected to begin the selection process next month. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Well, the sentencing for the woman involved in an accidental shooting that sent a 6-year-old to the hospital is underway. Nicole McGee pleaded guilty to child endangerment after police said a 6-year-old was shot by another child in Elgin, Minnesota. The victim suffered serious injuries to his abdomen and arms. McGee's co-defendant, Raymond Duke, was sentenced to 45 months in prison in March.
New information on that commander suspended at Fort McCoy. Now, according to the New York Post, Colonel Shayla Baez Ramirez was suspended after the Wisconsin base allegedly failed to hang up photos of President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Since the story broke, the 3 images are reportedly now up. Now, a statement from the 88th Readiness Division told WPR the suspension is not related to any misconduct. An investigation is ongoing. Ramirez assumed her role at the base last July.
A Vernon County jail food worker appeared in court today on sexual assault charges. 37-year-old Amanda Bornstad faces felony sexual assault and threat charges after an inmate reported she assaulted him in the jail kitchen cooler March 26th. Video confirms both entered and exited the cooler, and the complaint mentions 2 earlier incidents. Bornstad is free on a $10,000 signature bond.
Well, we had a great afternoon for most locations, even further north of Eau Claire. They finally got rid of the cloud cover towards the afternoon and got some sunshine, a lot of areas 70s. We had the round of showers and thunderstorms in the morning. We're going to see more for Wednesday, but all in all, most areas will remain dry. Now, it's the precipitation we had this morning averaged up to about a quarter to maybe a little areas that got into blue, close to a half, but all in all, a light rainfall, but still, once again, we're going to see similar types of amounts here going through Wednesday too. But for this evening, we're not going to see any type of activity. Really sunny skies out there, very pleasant, only 54 as we get down to 11 p.m. and clear skies, and very similar for Eau Claire, just a few degrees cooler. 51 with mainly clear skies with light winds too. Now overnight we will see cloud cover increase late, especially further south you go. Most areas will remain dry. Temperatures overall a little bit milder than what they should be. All in all, fairly quiet, but we do have some precipitation that could touch a few areas as we go throughout the time period. We'll break down further on what it looks like for Wednesday's activity, Thursday, Friday, and unfortunately we do have a dry weekend, and yes, there might be an 80 in store as we go into next week, so we'll break all that down a bit later.
All right, thanks Greg. Well, the city of La Crosse is saying goodbye to its last municipal well on French Island. The well tested positive for PFAS contamination in 2021 and hasn't been used since last summer. Waterwell Solutions will remove all equipment from the site, leaving the water department with no wells on French Island. PFAS has been linked to infertility, thyroid disease, and cancer.
The Winona area saw an uptick in whooping cough cases this winter. Early stages of the sickness look like a common cold, but if left untreated, a violent cough can develop. Young children are particularly vulnerable to the infection. Officials say cases have diminished this spring, but it's important to keep an eye out for symptoms.
So what we recommend for anyone is, if they're exposed, call their healthcare provider and get the next steps. And if they do have symptoms, their healthcare provider will definitely give them some antibiotics, and I often recommend that they stay home until they completed those course of antibiotics.
Meller says keeping an up-to-date on vaccinations is the best way to prevent the infection.
In La Crosse, high school students and firefighters built cat scratching posts from donated rugs. The 100 throw rugs were collected during the city's Mugs for Rugs fall prevention campaign. The rugs will eventually go to the Cooley Region Humane Society.
Know that this is something that is important, that can be prevented. So the more that we can educate the community around ways to stay safe, the more that we can keep our older adults living independently, safely, happily for a long time.
And once those go to the Humane Society, they'll be available for purchase.
And let us tell you about what area kids are doing for Earth Day. Students at Winona Senior High School are harvesting 50 pounds of fresh lettuce grown inside their school using hydroponic systems. The school produces 200 pounds monthly for their cafeteria using 6 mobile farms, the first of its kind in Minnesota.
It's, it's homegrown, it's not, you don't know where it's from, we know that's here, so it's good.
Today's Earth Day harvest goes straight from classroom to lunch.
The Milwaukee Brewers brought their iconic racing sausages to Southern Bluffs Elementary School today. The famous Racing Sausage Tour statewide is honoring local communities for the MLB season. Students watched a Johnsonville sausage race on school grounds, a rare event usually held only on American Family Field. The Brewers also gave an educator a Grand Slam Teacher Award.
It's great to see the kids. Their enthusiasm is genuine. They're excited. They love the Brewers. They love the racing sausages. So it's fun to see them come to life. And these are future Brewers fans, Brewers employees, maybe even a Brewers player among us. And it's great to see how much fun they're having.
The Brewers also donating $1,000 to the school. Could this be the worst April for markets since the Great Depression?
Despite today's gains, why economists are concerned about presidential tariffs and what the Treasury Secretary is saying behind closed doors.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Dahl Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Dahl Auto.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed light casts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
Build a better backyard today with help from Menards. Now is the time to refresh and enhance your yard and garden. Whether you're looking for lights or mulch, we've got you covered. From fences to fire pits, we have what you need to create the landscape of your dreams. Visit Menards today to shop our huge selection of landscaping products, like this arborvitae shrub for $39.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. Choose American Waterworks.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Doll Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Doll Auto.
The markets made a big gain today, nearly recovering from Monday's losses.
Now, despite those gains, the Dow is still set for one of the worst Aprils since the Great Depression, as President Trump's tariffs and his spat with the Federal Reserve Chair has investors nervous. The International Monetary Fund is warning President Trump's tariffs will slow down the global and U.S. economies.
Now, despite this warning, stocks pushed higher on remarks the Treasury Secretary made in a closed-door meeting. CBS News confirming he told investors a trade war with China is unsustainable. He says he expects the situation to de-escalate, even though those trade talks have yet to begin.
The President and the administration are setting the stage for a deal with China. So we feel everyone involved wants to see a trade deal happen, and the ball is moving in the right direction.
The White House also defended President Trump's attacks on Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who Trump called, quote, a major loser for not lowering interest rates.
The reports say the White House wants more Americans to get married and have more children. The New York Times reports one idea is to give every mom a baby bonus of $5,000 after delivery. Another idea, reserve 30% of scholarships for the Fulbright program for applicants who are married or have children. The White House has not responded to the story.
The Department of Education announced it will restart collecting federal student loans in default on May 5th. It will end a roughly 5-year-long pandemic-era pause and could impact more than 5 million borrowers. Student loans go into default after 270 days without payment. The department is urging borrowers in default to start making a monthly payment, enroll in an income-driven repayment plan, or to sign up for loan rehabilitation. If not, the federal agency could order non-federal employers to withhold a percentage of an employee's income to pay the delinquent debt.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
good news is we have more 70s for tomorrow. Unfortunately, we do have more showers and thunderstorm chances too. The good news, it's not an all-day type rain. So we'll time that out, show you what it looks like for Thursday, and more importantly, what the weekend looks like. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Make this spring the season of you with a bedroom refresh from Ashley. Transform your bedroom into a serene retreat starting at $499.99. Plus get 0% interest for 60 months when you buy in store. Only at Ashley. Shop in store and online.
Firefighters Credit Union has been a proud member of the community for nearly a century. We're local lenders with repeat borrowers that you know and you trust. Call Firefighters Credit Union today for your next mortgage.
Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help, with everything you need to make it happen, at a value that makes it possible. Best-in-class products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices, so you can get everything to do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
The Silverado Trail Boss.
and a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Relax and recharge with a new mattress from Ashley. Transform your sleep with the all-new Sealy Posturepedic collection starting at $7.99 with precision-fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support. Shop in-store and online. Only at Ashley.
Yeah, we continue to see rounds of showers and thunderstorms as some weak disturbances come through, but definitely not going to be an all-day type of rain for Wednesday, and temperatures will still be mild. In fact, some areas further north of Eau Claire will actually get warmer because they won't have the cloud cover to deal with. But still, we're going to have to battle, keep the umbrella handy, especially go for morning and late afternoon time frame. But waking up tomorrow morning, the only really area that are concerned for any type of shower and thunderstorm is really there's a front well to the south of the area that's going to begin to lift a little bit north. So we'll see some development in northeast Iowa. Some of that could approach maybe Prairie du Chien at 4 to 5 a.m. This activity and this front will begin to lift a little bit further north. So by the time we get to 5 or 6, it's just south of La Crosse. By the time we get to about midday, it's going to get closer and closer. So you can see that activity getting a little close to 8 to 9. It'll come through potentially around 8 to 9, 10 a.m. along and south of I-90. It may stretch a little bit further south, just some light activity that'll come through a shower or storm. Once that comes through, then I think a lot of the afternoon, late morning, early afternoon will be dry. Then as we go into the afternoon time frame, we'll have a cold front right here. You can see the winds turning from northwest to south with the arrows there, and that front to the south. And you can see it's starting to develop thunderstorms in the afternoon towards maybe the evening commute. So we'll start to see some development after 4. Once again, south of I-90 predominantly. That activity will continue to push across the area, but it's really going to struggle to lift much further north than I-90 through probably Wednesday at midnight. Once we get past Wednesday midnight, the whole front begins to lift further north, and it spreads really at this point just shower activity as you go all the way further up towards Eau Claire, and then we'll see it continue. So that's kind of where we're going. Now going into Thursday, we'll see that activity continue probably for the morning, but the morning looks pretty scattered in nature for activity. It's going to be towards the afternoon as really the main part of this system that we've to the southwest will begin to approach. So we'll see showers and thunderstorms developing once again Thursday afternoon. It'll begin to become widespread. You can see it really begins to develop as now a low begins to approach the area. So going into Thursday night is when probably going to see a steady light to moderate rainfall for at least a part of the night coming through. The good news is once that goes across, it looks less and less likely we're going to see any type of precipitation on Friday, just a north-northeast wind behind it, cloud cover and cooler conditions. So it looked like maybe Friday might see some precipitation earlier this week, but right now I think it's less likely we're going to see that going on. So if you look at the amount of precipitation, this could change, but there's going to be a lot of areas that could get over 1.5 inches, and this goes through Thursday night too. And the bulk of this, I think, will fall probably Thursday night, given it'll be more widespread, but we're going to go well above average for April precipitation. Here's the temperatures tomorrow, about similar for areas south. Further north you go, they're going to be warmer because of the cloud cover kept those temperatures like Ladysmith was around 60 today. I think they'll get much warmer tomorrow, lack of cloud cover. As we go into Thursday, more clouds will reduce those temperatures just a little bit back to the 60s, maybe upper 50s. The trend continues downwards. We go into Friday with that north-northeast wind behind it, so our temperatures will probably be more in the 50s, maybe near 60, warmer as you go further south, so that cooling trend will continue. The good news is we're going to flip the switch for Saturday and Sunday. Going into next week, we might actually hit 80 on Monday or Tuesday, but that comes with the threat of severe weather. So we're going to have to monitor next Monday and Tuesday once we get closer to that. The good news is, as I mentioned, the weekend overall looks dry, seasonal Saturday, but we should get close to 70 potentially on Sunday, and then it gets very active and interesting Monday and Tuesday, and as I mentioned, that 80. Right there it is almost. So we'll see, depending on cloud cover, what Monday and Tuesday end up being. So Tomorrow should be mainly dry, but we do have opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. The better shot is if you're further south of I-90, you're going to see that more activity.
Okay, and in general, that weekend's looking nice.
Overall, so far,
looks
good.
All right, thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the countdown continues. Just over 2 days until the NFL draft gets underway from Green Bay. Brian Gutekunst speaking on his excitement for the community and fans of the green and gold as we get closer to the big day. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, we are just over 48 hours away from the NFL draft getting underway from Green Bay, the smallest city of them all with an NFL team. Final preparations are being made as about 250,000 people are expected to visit over the 3-day event. At the moment, the Packers hold the 23rd pick in the first round. As it does every year when the draft approaches, speculation is circling around who the Packers will take with that selection on the opening day. At a press conference with media, Brian Gutekunst didn't really tip his hand about where the Packers will go with their pick, but he did praise Mark Murphy for making this dream turn into a reality.
You know, I mean, this is something I don't think a lot of people thought could ever happen. And whatever complications there are, you know, trouble getting in and out of here, well worth it. And I'm just really excited to see, you know, how this thing comes together. And I just think you got to give Mark a lot of credit. I mean, this was obviously his vision, and for him to be able to pull this off has been really cool to see.
And as a reminder, the News 8 sports team will be live from Lambeau for the duration of the 3-day event. We'll have you covered on what the scenes are like, talk to some fans, talk picks, and much more. So be sure to check in with us right here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Bucs tipping off at the top of the hour in Game 2 of the first round against the Pacers. Not the best start. Damian Lillard back in the starting lineup, though, after being cleared to go, and the star guard hadn't scored quite yet. Bucks trailed 21-12 at last check. Giannis with 4 in this one. Leading the charge for Indy is Miles Turner, who has already got 7. We'll have highlights from this one later at 10. And playoff action for the Timberwolves and Wild later tonight as well. Game 2 for both. The T-Wolves won Game 1 handily, 117-95. Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, and Jaden McDaniels all with 20+ in that one. Tip-off starting at 9 on TNT. And on the ice, the puck will drop at 10 on ESPN between the Wild and Golden Knights. Vegas won the first matchup 4-2, and teams that take a 2-0 lead in a best-of-7 on a record of 353 and 56 in NHL history. So it will be huge if the T-Wolves can keep that momentum going, but the Bucks need to find some momentum right now because it's sloppy to start.
And our newsroom is a bunch of dejected Bucks fans right now because the score actually got worse.
Okay.
Since we started.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's. I wish I had better news.
There's still time.
Lots of time. It's early, but
shots got to start falling.
Yes, they do. So we'll see.
Yeah. Thanks, Jacob.
Okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Getting the kids ready for school isn't always easy.
But knowing what it'll be like so they know what to wear makes it a little easier.
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
It's our best sale of the year. 3 days only. The Friends and Family Sale at Slumberland Furniture. We're pulling out all the stops. Up to 50% off list prices. Plus an extra 15% off already reduced prices. And half off our full service delivery. Plus no interest for 60 months on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. Don't miss this one. 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday only. The Friends and Family Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Our best sale of the year.
Give your business the dumpster service it deserves for 15% less than you're paying now with Big Hook. Big Hook offers daily, weekly, or monthly pickups with professional drivers and 24-hour emergency service to our La Crosse County customers. New commercial accounts lock in a 15% savings, plus be one of the first 100 to sign up and get free delivery, setup, and a $50 gift card. This is a limited time offer. Save more with service you can trust. Contact Big Hook today.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us Days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
All right, tonight should be mainly dry, getting back down to the mid-40s in both locations. We do have showers coming in the forecast, but it's really south of I-90 towards tomorrow. We'll see additional scattered showers. It'll be in the morning, noon, or in the afternoon time frame, but most areas will remain dry. We do get up to 70 once again, and even areas further north will probably hit the 70-degree mark. It gets cooler as we go to Friday. Get more rain. The weekend overall still remains good.
And it was a lovely Earth Day today. Everyone go out and finish the rest of the day outside if you can. It's gorgeous out.
Do it on all of our behalf.
Do it on all of our behalf, exactly. Thank you for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you tonight at 10.